Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset mastery doctor and your leverage for change. Today I'm going to be speaking about why these two attachment styles, the anxious preoccupied attachment style and the dismissive avoidant attachment style, why these two attachment styles are usually the ones that are attracted to each other, right? Aside from the fact that these attachment styles are going to be the ones that's going to be on the market, as you call it, in the dating pool more often because they are not very good at maintaining relationships or staying in relationships or healthy relationships per se. There are other reasons why they seem to attract each other. And at the root of this, guys, is because they're looking for a person with something that they are missing. So they're looking to the other person to fulfill something in themselves that they themselves are missing. There's a lack. There's a need that need to be fulfilled in that person, and so each partner is looking for someone with that kind of a need. There's also another reason, guys. When these two attachment styles are in partner or are in relationship with a secure attachment style, they at first they look at the secure. They see someone with a secure attachment style as being very boring, because these two attachment styles have grown up in homes where relationships were very were traumatic in many different ways. When I say traumatic, it doesn't have to be terrible trauma like abuse or anything like that. It doesn't have to be like that, but they were not secure. Some of them were always feeling that they're going to be abandoned. Some were abandoned basically even if they were they were still being taken care of physically but not emotionally in the case of the dismissive avoidant, right? And with the anxious preoccupied person, it was more inconsistent type of caregiving that they received. So they always felt that they were always in fear of being abandoned. And so when they get into a relationship with a secure attachment style, they look at this person as being very boring because they're so stable and they're not used to stability. So then they go looking for something that's like that. It creates some kind of a tension, and it creates some kind of there's always this kind of a push and pull. That is how they understand love as being. That's how they grew up with it being. They never could depend on the person to be there for sure. And so they now relive their childhood experiences in these their adult relationships, in terms of looking for people who is going to create some kind of excitement. They see instability as excitement and stability as boring. So sometimes you'll see you're wondering, why is it that this person is not with this person? That is a so stable person, a wonderful person. They don't abuse them. They're with them. They can depend on them, and yet they're not used to it. Both partners, they're not used to it, and so they will more seek out someone else who has this sense of who's going to usually trigger their trauma. That's basically what it is. They're going to trigger their trauma wounds. All right, and so this is why most of the times these two attachment styles are always in relationship with each other, and usually they're the ones also to not be able to maintain long, healthy relationships. Now, these individuals, these two attachment styles will stay in relationships. They can have long-term relationships, but it's going to be at a cost of one or the other party. For example, I know individuals who they never go out with their partners. They don't do anything with their partners. It's almost like they're living like roommates. And the other person just says, okay, I guess they feel that they can't do any better, so they stay in the relationship, and they will be married, or they will either be in a long-term relationship, right? So it's not necessary that these relationships will break apart. It depends on the two individuals in that relationship. one might just say, even when this person does not pay me any attention or doesn't do the things I would like them to do, it's better to have some piece of man or piece of woman than to be alone. That's basically it, than to be alone and not have someone in their lives. So why are these two, oh, before I forget, guys, please check out my membership channel. There's a button below this video that says join. If you click on that, it will kind of give you the 5 different levels, that I offer in my memberships. And I hope you can find something that is going to be, useful for you, for your particular circumstance. Okay, let's continue with this. Why is it that these two attachment styles almost that they seek out, but it's a subconscious thing. Subconsciously seek out these partners from their opposite styles. The anxious preoccupied will look for somebody who's dismissive, even though they want somebody who will give them attention, but somehow they always end up with someone who is not going to give them the attention they need. And the same thing with the dismissive avoidant, that usually end up with somebody who's anxious, because these dismissive avoidant individuals, they want their space, but it's very difficult because with an anxious preoccupied, because the anxious preoccupied wants to be with them all the time. All right, so why is this? Why do these two attachment styles attract each other? Well, it's because they admire the qualities in their partner that they lack themselves. And so they're kind of looking to fill this gap or this void that they have in themselves. And it's not a conscious thing, guys. It's not a conscious thing, right? It's almost as if they're seeking their other half. Maybe that's where this comes from. I don't know where that thing came from, but it's almost as if they're seeking their other half. At the same time, though, this can be problematic because the same qualities that they like in these partners, which I'll outline it right after this, are the same qualities that will also later on, when the honeymoon period is over and that all those hormones are doing all this thing and you're in love and it's really more infatuation, right? That the qualities of the other partner also can trigger their core wounds. So it's like a double-edged sword kind of thing, right? So for the anxious preoccupied, the reason why they're attracted to someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style is because they admire the fact that these people seem so mysterious because they're so distant. There's a kind of a thing about mystery, and so the anxious preoccupied feels that this person is mysterious, and the fact that they are able to be comfortable being alone, they admire that. Because, guys, the anxious preoccupied is not comfortable being alone, right? And so at the outset, at the beginning, they're attracted to someone who seems to have it all together and that they are comfortable being alone, right? And that they have the anxious preoccupied is attracted to the fact that this person seems to, like, they have enough self-worth that they can easily walk away from any relationship or from them. Actually, they feel that this person is strong enough to easily walk away, and they admire that strength. That's what it is. They admire that strength, not thinking that later on this strength or this seeming thing that they're attracted to can trigger their wounds, right? They also admire the self-sufficiency of the person with the dismissive avoidant, because dismissive avoidants want to be self-sufficient. They want you to be self-sufficient too, and them to be self-sufficient. Their perfect thing is really having both of you be self-sufficient, and you meet together whenever it is he or she feels like, the person with the dismissive avoidant attachment style. They also admire that their partner, the dismissive, is not easily flustered. They always seem to be very calm and in control of their emotions. What they don't realize is because later on, they just don't have the ability to show their emotions, but they don't know that at that time, right? And that's what attracts them, because they look so calm and in control and very strong. That kind of they see a kind of strength in that, right? Because The fact that the anxious preoccupied is always like needing to be with someone, and these people don't seem to really care, they are attracted to that quality. And the fact that usually this attachment style, the dismissive avoidant attachment style, is usually quite secure in their success, and they're very good at in their work. Their work ethic is usually very high, because remember, guys, they work is an escape for them, and but they. Of course, the anxious preoccupied does not know that yet, because their relationship has not really reached that level. But at the beginning, they're very attracted to the fact that this person seems to be so, has very good work ethic, and that they do very well in their job positions, whatever they're doing, and they come off, the dismissive avoidant attachment style can come off as being very secure at the outset, at the beginning of a relationship, and as I mentioned earlier, this distance, the fact that there's always a kind of a wall, a kind of a secretive aspect to them, makes them look the mysterious kind of thing. God knows why, but anyway, it's one of those things that attract the anxious preoccupied individual. Now, for the dismissive avoidant attachment style, what they're attracted to in the anxious preoccupied person is the fact that they're always so light and fun. They're easily, they will show their emotions easily. They kind of wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they're very expressive, and that is what the dismissive avoidant attachment style individual lacks. They lack it. So they love to see that in their partner. They're attracted to that because they don't have that in themselves, right? Also, the anxious preoccupied person also will expose them to the side of the fact that they're able to inhabit their emotions, right? Whereas the dismissive avoidant attachment style cannot tolerate any kind of emotional depth. And so, but as I say, it's the beginning of the relationship, and this is how they see the person with the anxious preoccupied attachment style as being so easy to communicate their emotions, so they're attracted to the fact that they can do that, and they know they cannot do that. But it's just very weird how these same characteristics that these two sides are attracted to become the same character traits that will break up the relationship, because then later on the dismissive avoidant person cannot take all those intense feelings and emotions and all of that kind of stuff, and then those are the same things that now trigger each other's core wounds, their characteristics, the characteristics of each attachment style. And so the dismissive avoidant is also attracted to the anxious preoccupied because they are fun to be around, right? They love to explore and to try new things, and to they're connected to their feelings. They'll cry and laugh and express all the feelings that the dismissive avoidant attachment style cannot express, because they just don't have that capacity within themselves. They keep everything inside and not able to really just show that side of them. So these are the things, guys, why it is that these two attachment styles usually end up attracting each other, because they're looking for those different qualities in their partner that they lack, right? And so they're attracted to each other because of those qualities. But as I say, later on, those same qualities that attracted them to their partner become the same one that causes problems in the relationship later on. So therefore, the lesson to learn from this is that you can't look for someone else to fulfill your needs or to fill a gap in you. You should learn and grow and fill that gap yourself, so that when you go and seek a partner out, you are whole, they're whole, and you come together to create a wonderful, healthy relationship. All right, guys, I hope you learned something from this. Please remember to like and share my videos. When you like it, apparently it does something with the algorithm that more people can see it. So I would really appreciate if you like my video. Just hit that little hand that turned up like that, I think, right? Like my video, and also subscribe to my channel so that as soon as I put up any new videos that you will be alerted to it. And also I try to do one video every single day, guys, just to keep you informed and to keep you growing. This is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. Until next time, take care of yourself.